So if you're just learning how to pinstripe, I think there's 5 things that everybody should know before you start, or maybe you've already started, and maybe these will help you out. First thing, the type of brush you use. If you're gonna do classic style pinstriping, something like this here, which is what I do a lot of, you want to use something like the Mac sword striper. That's the brush that I use. It's really good for for that style of work. There's also scroll style pinstriping, which would be more like this style of brush here. This is a Wizard Vortex, made by Mac. Great brush. There's all sorts of different sizes of lettering brushes, and for doing like sign painting and lettering on windows of businesses and stuff. Second thing, you should look into types of paint. One Shot is the style of paint, or is the type of paint that I use. It's a great paint. They've been around for years, long time. There's some newer companies out there, Alpha 6. They've been out for a little while. I've seen a lot of good stuff about them. I've never tried it, but maybe I will, and I'll do a little comparison video on the House of Color versus the Alpha 6, or One Shot versus Alpha 6. There's also House of Color. They make a pinstripe paint, and they make a lot of really nice bright colors. You know how House of Color is about their colors. Third thing, additives. Well, also, if you're going to be doing the stripes down the sides of cars, you want to use a different style of paint other than the One Shot. You want to use like a urethane paint. It'll drag out a lot longer. One Shot will definitely dry out way too fast. You'll never make it to the end of the car. I've tried it. Maybe some people have. I've tried it on a few different vehicles, and I always got to stop 2 or 3 times down the side of the vehicle, reload the brush, and go back and start again, or continue where I left off. Third thing, additives. I didn't know this whenever I first started pinstriping. I did body and paint work, so I started striping, and I actually did a chopper with some flames on it, and I did a light blue around the flames, and when I clear coated it, it reacted to the clear coat. So you can mix hardeners in with that. You can use, like, One Shot makes a hardener, or I've heard people use the hardener from their clear coat, and that will just help cure the paint so that it doesn't react with your clear coat. If you're not going to clear coat over the top of it, adding some of this in just helps prolong the life, and makes it last a lot longer and a lot more durable to cleaners and stuff, so when people wash their cars or their bike or whatever. There's ChromaFlow. I put this in. I just mix a little bit of it in. It helps smooth the paint out, makes it just flow a little bit better. There's your paint thinners. I use mineral spirits. I've heard mineral spirits kind of dulls out the shine of the pinstripe, but I've had pretty good luck with it. It looks fine to me. There's tints that you can add into your into your pinstriping, into your paints. You can darken up a blue, or if you want to get a little more of a custom color. Number 4, trimming your brush. Sometimes when you get these in the package, they're not, you might have a few stray hairs coming out of the ends here, and you gotta trim them off so they're nice and even all the way around. And this, that way when you're actually laying it down to stripe, you don't have a stray hair poking out there. It'll mess up your lines. Sometimes you gotta do that, sometimes you don't. Some people will trim more off of some brushes just to get them to do certain types of pinstriping that they want. Then taking care of your brush. Number 5, you want to make sure you clean it every time you use it. Clean all the paint out of it, which you can use mineral spirits for. There's other cleaners too, but I'm pretty basic when it comes to all that. I use this pretty well the same thing for all of it. Then you want to store it and some kind of lubricant so that it helps keep the hair soft and, you know, malleable. And I use just a regular motor oil. I just use, it doesn't matter the weight or any of that. I use whatever's left over from my previous oil change or whatever I've got laying around. But I mean, a quart, that'll last you a long time, and it's, you know, probably cheaper than what you're going to buy, you know, like One Shot's, you know, version of it, or is going to be, you know, probably 3 times as expensive than just buying a cheap quart of oil. But I mean, either way, you know, use what you want to use, but make sure you keep your brush lubricated. And then, you know, get you a good storage box like this here that you can, you know, snap your brush into. That way it holds it straight and it doesn't bend up the bristles. If they get bent, you know, and they're stored like that, then it's hard to get them to straighten back out, and then you're trying to pinstripe with a crooked brush, and that just ain't gonna work out. I think that is about it. If you found this helpful, then subscribe to my channel. I'm going to try and do some more videos of, you know, actually pinstriping. This is just a little intro to, you know, beginning pinstriping. If you've got any questions, leave them in the comments. I'll try to answer them in the comments, or maybe, you know, I'll make a video on it, and you know, so leave some comments, give me some ideas on some other videos to do, and we'll see you guys next time.